Isometric games stand out with productions that rely more on planning, positioning, and correct decisions than on quick reflexes. In these games, action alone is not enough. Tactical thinking, character management, and the correct use of systems are crucial. In this video, we have compiled games that are still enjoyable today and successfully utilize an isometric perspective. Here are the best isometric games you can play right now. Baldur's Gate 3 represents one of the pinnacles of isometric role-playing games today. Developed by Larian Studios, the game seamlessly and fluently adapts the rules of the tabletop role-playing game Dungeons & Dragons 5 to the digital environment. The turn-based combat system, with elements such as positioning, elevation advantage, and environmental interaction, transforms every conflict into a pure tactical experience. The game's true strength lies in the freedom it offers the player. Missions don't have a single solution. Progressing through dialogue, stealth, or direct combat is entirely up to the player. The decisions made have lasting effects on the story, making each playthrough feel different. Party members are deeply developed characters, and the relationships formed directly influence the course of the main story. Thanks to its high production quality, system depth, and narrative power, Baldur's Gate 3 has become a contemporary benchmark for isometric role-playing games. Divinity Original Sin 2 stands out among isometric role-playing games by offering players a wide range of options in solving quests and combat. Developed by Larian Studios, the game combines a turn-based combat system with environmentally oriented mechanics, making each encounter playable in different ways. Surfaces like fire, water, poison, and electricity are not just visual elements, but tools that directly determine the outcome of combat. The game's strength lies in not forcing the player into a single right path. Character choices, quest approaches, and decisions constantly change both the gameplay and the course of the story. While the story tone is serious and dark, the gameplay rewards creativity. The game's main difference is that instead of offering ready-made solutions, it constantly encourages experimentation and risk-taking. It remains a strong option even today for those seeking tactics and freedom in isometric role-playing games. Diablo II Resurrected is a powerful remake that brings one of the cornerstones of the isometric action RPG genre to modern standards. Blizzard, without altering the gameplay of the original Diablo II, completely revamped the visual infrastructure, offering an experience that is both faithful to nostalgia and modern. The isometric camera, fast-paced combat, and loot-focused structure still form the backbone of the game. The game's true strength lies in character development, offering long-term depth with diverse build options for each class. Skill and stat choices are irreversible, making every decision meaningful. Randomly generated maps, boss-driven progression, and the item hunting cycle make the game highly replayable. The resurrected version makes this experience even smoother with technical improvements and an online infrastructure. Its continued presence on lists today isn't just due to nostalgia, it's because of its solid game design, which even modern action role-playing games still emulate. A timeless classic for those who love loot chasing, building experimentation, and pure isometric action.
One fake coin coming up.
Hey!
Desperados 3 is one of the strongest modern examples of its genre among tactical stealth games using an isometric camera. Developed by Mimimi Games, it combines a Wild West theme with real-time but pausable gameplay, offering a completely planning-focused experience. Here, timing and the right moves win, not speed. Enemy line of sight, patrol routes, and environmental interactions make every move critical. The game's greatest strength is that each character possesses unique abilities. While John Cooper, Hector, Kate, and others are effective on their own, The real success comes from being able to use these abilities synchronously. Showdown mode, which allows you to pause time and command multiple characters simultaneously, significantly increases tactical depth. Level designs don't impose a single solution, encouraging the player to experiment and learn. The reason it still ranks high on lists today isn't just because it offers action, it's because it rewards the patient, attentive, and thoughtful player.
You gonna draw or kill me with your cloud?
He's still breathing. Tie him up and quick before he comes to.
Now you stay put, okay?
Commandos Origins is a game that brings back the classic Commandos formula, synonymous with isometric tactical stealth with modern twists. Developed by Claymore Game Studios, the game returns to the series' roots, focusing on the team's initial missions and core dynamics. The real-time but pausing gameplay necessitates pre-planning every move. Enemy line of sight, patrol routes, and environmental interaction are key to progress. Every character, from Green Beret to Sniper, has a specific role, and deviating from these roles often results in failure. The game rewards using the right character at the right time rather than quick reflexes. The large and open-ended maps don't impose a single solution. They give the player the freedom to experiment with different approaches. While the story is relegated to the background, the gameplay more than compensates for this. Its inclusion on this list isn't due to nostalgia, but to its ability to adapt the Commando spirit to modern standards without compromising it. It offers a powerful isometric experience for patient, attentive, and tactically focused players.
Let's go.
Yep.
Was ist da drüben?
I'll be right over.
Solasta Crown of the Magister offers a completely tactical experience centered around the combat system in isometric role-playing games. Throughout the game, conflicts progress in a turn-based manner, and positioning, field of vision, and timing are crucial in every move. Fighting in the dark creates a disadvantage, while the use of light and taking the right positions directly affects the course of battles. What sets Solasta apart is that the battlefields aren't just flat surfaces. Climbing to high points, pushing enemies down, or utilizing narrow spaces often provides an advantage. The story is kept simple, and the characters don't offer deep narratives. The game consciously focuses on combat. Therefore, it appeals not to those seeking long dialogues or cinematic scenes, but to players who want fair, well-planned battles with clear rules. It's a clean and focused option for those seeking pure tactics in the isometric role-playing genre.
Wait till the next one.
Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous is one of the most challenging isometric role-playing games in terms of detail. The game demands decision-making at every stage, from character creation to combat, and the consequences of wrong choices are undeniable. Turn-based or pausable real-time gameplay options leave the approach entirely up to the player. What truly sets it apart is the mythic path system. As the story progresses, the chosen mythical path not only increases the character's power, but also alters the course of quests, dialogues, and the world's attitude. Angelic or dark leanings are not merely cosmetic, they directly impact gameplay. Due to its length and complex structure, it's not a game to be consumed quickly. However, for those who enjoy tinkering with systems and experimenting with different builds, its depth is worthwhile. It's a tough but satisfying experience for players who want to push the boundaries of isometric role-playing games.
Battles await!
Underrail offers an experience renowned for its difficulty and brutality among isometric role-playing games. Its dark underground world tells the player from the start, no one is watching over you here. Combat is turn-based, and every conflict requires serious preparation. Incorrect positioning, poor ammunition selection, or hasty moves often result in death. Becoming powerful in Underrail is not easy. Resources are scarce, enemies are unforgiving, and mistakes in character development exact a heavy price later in the game. Therefore, stealth, trap setting, and using the environment become almost mandatory. The story isn't told explicitly. The world gradually reveals itself through exploration and small details. It's not a game for everyone, but for those who are patient and willing to learn the systems, it offers an extremely satisfying and intense isometric role-playing experience. The Temple of Elemental Evil is considered one of the most rule-bound and unforgiving titles in the isometric RPG genre. Developed by Troika Games, it stands out for its near-perfect adaptation of the Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 system. Combat is entirely turn-based, with initiative order, positioning, feat selection, and spell management being crucial. Here, victory comes not from quick reflexes, but from the right decisions. While the game offers an open start, the real experience is concentrated in the massive and layered Temple of Elemental Evil dungeon. The story is related to the background, gameplay and tactical depth are prioritized. Party composition and character creation directly affect the game's difficulty level. Although it was known for technical problems at launch, today, thanks to the Circle of 8 mod, both bugs have been fixed and gameplay has become more stable. The reason it's still played today isn't nostalgia. It's because it's one of the rare isometric RPGs that can offer the tabletop Dungeons & Dragons experience in such a pure and unfiltered way. It remains a strong option for patient and tactically focused players.
As you wish. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Planescape Torment is an isometric role-playing game that combines combat, character development, and story, but places greater emphasis on narrative. The real-time combat system is based on the classic Infinity engine. Enemies are engaged, abilities are used, and equipment upgrades significantly impact gameplay. However, combat isn't the only way to progress. In many cases, conversations and decisions can completely alter the course of events. The main character's immortality directly links the combat mechanics to the story, elevating death beyond mere failure. The Planescape universe has a dark and bizarre tone, different from classic fantasy worlds. The characters and missions encountered prioritize the consequences of choices over physical strength. While its mechanics may feel a bit dated, its balanced approach to combat and narrative still gives it a unique place among isometric role-playing games.